Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. How you doing? Happy Tuesday. Today is actually April 1st, and the reason why I wanted to come and talk to you guys because today is Sexual Assault Awareness Month for the military. Today is April 1st. Usually in April the military tries for the last, I don't know how long the military has been doing it, but I know every April, every year, they come and they celebrate survivors of sexual assault, sexual harassment, etc. And it's just to recognize the trauma, recognize the hurt that sexual assault victims have endured whilst in the military, and also after they separate from the military, if they decide to leave the military after experiencing such trauma. So I wanted to come and talk about, the different programs the military offers for sexual assault victims and sexual assault survivors. The military, or in the Navy, I can speak about the Navy. I can't speak about anywhere else because I've only served in the Navy, the United States Navy. And with that said, in the Navy, it's called Sexual Assault Preventions and Response, right? And that's just a program dedicated to help and to aid victims and survivors of sexual assault and harassment. It's a guide to protect them. It's a guide for them to help tell their story if this is the path they choose. It's a guide to also provide the necessary counseling, the necessary, if they need to speak to a chaplain, they can go speak to a religious person / chaplain. And it's also, if they need to do a rape kit, they also have that available to them during for those things fall under those programs. And I have to say big ups to the Navy Fleet and Family Service. I know each branches of the military also have Fleet and Family Support Centers that support sailors, support Marines, support soldiers, Air Force, airmen, and Coast Guards. So we have that, right? It's not just in the Navy. It's Sexual Assault Month is an entire armed forces. It's not just for the Navy, it's for the military, the entire armed forces. Now, I know the Navy specifically does a lot with the program each year. What they'll do is they'll go around Navy commands, and they'll have this turquoise looking or turquoise / green ribbon that they'll put. They have signs that they'll put at each entry point of every building, every naval command, at naval installations, and they'll have a bulletin poster where they'll put what sexual assault is, what it looks like, what your resources are that are available to you for you to, if you were to become a victim of that, what resources are available to you, what you can do within the first 24 hours, what you can do within the first 72 hours to preserve, I preach this, to preserve evidence. The first 72 hours of any sexual assault victim is key. The first 72 hours is key. It is your duty. It is your responsibility as a victim. If you want anything to be done with your case, I implore you, I suggest that you preserve evidence. Any recollection, any detailed information that you can jot down to write, so when you go and you do your interview with law enforcement, or you go and do your interview with NCIS, That's the Naval Criminal Investigation Service. When you go and do your interview with them, you have as much detail to provide as best as possible. Within the first 72 hours, I implore you to not take a shower. Do not take a shower. Try and find yourself to an emergency room. If you can't get to the Navy Medical Center or any Navy Medical Center or any Navy clinic, if you can't get to that, I say you find an outside medical facility where you can go and where you can tell them what happened to you. That way you can get a rape kit done. A rape kit is your evidence, is for you to decide, should you decide to pursue prosecution or legal action against your perpetrator. It is your duty, it is your right as a survivor, as a victim, to preserve as much evidence as possible. Because I'm telling you, they're gonna come, they're gonna say you lied, they're gonna say you wanted it, they're gonna say you were drinking with them, you were okay with everything. They're gonna slander you, they're gonna come with everything you can think of. So be prepared. Your evidence, your rape kit is your evidence, your testimony is your evidence, your recollection of the event is your evidence. And can no one take that away from you? Remember, you have to preserve as much evidence as possible. Trust me, as a victim, as a survivor, I am telling you, you need this. Yes, you may feel like you want to lock yourself in a room. You may feel like you don't want to be bothered. You may feel like you don't want to deal with the situation at hand. But I'm telling you, the sooner you get to a medical facility, the more evidence they can get from your body, from your nails, from wherever they can get from you. And don't you think for a second that no evidence is your evidence that you have is not good. Don't you think for a second. Because I'm telling you, they're going to come and tell you how you tampered with this, you tampered with that, you did this. I'm telling you, they're going to come. Because that's what they try to do. They always try to victimize the victim and downgrade your story and tell you how much you're a liar and tell you that what you experience is not what you experience. You will be in shock at the levels they will stoop to paint you out to be a liar. They will paint you with all the broad brushes that you can think of. They're going to paint you. They're going to try and tell your story, but let me tell you something. No one can tell your story. Nobody. Only you can tell your story because you are the victim. You are the survivor. You know what happened to you. Okay? But try your best as possible. Preserve evidence. If you don't get anything from this video, preserve evidence. You hear me? If you get nothing from this video, because I realize, whenever I do my videos and I talk about sexual assault, these people, they report my videos. You know how many times? The last sexual assault video I did, and that video got reported at least 5 times. At least 5 times. For what? I have no idea. I have no idea why when I come and I speak about sexual assault, sexual harassment, I don't know why they're reporting my video, because there's nothing wrong with my videos. And that's why every time I appeal it, YouTube monetize my video again. Every time I appeal it, because it's me telling my story. I'm not up here making up a story. I'm not lying. I'm not telling no lie on anyone. I'm speaking my truth. I'm speaking about what I experienced. I'm speaking about what happened. And for crying out loud, we're in April, and April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month for survivors and for victims, especially if you're serving in the military. Especially if you're serving in the military. There are programs out there for you to assist you in what you have experienced, to counseling service at Fleet and Family Service that will aid you into being a better person, being the best version of yourself after experiencing such trauma. Trust me, you're going to need it. Trust me, you're going to need these voices to help you. You're going to need to talk to someone. You alone can't do it. Me, I tell you from experience, you can't do it by yourself. It just not gonna work. It will not work. It won't work. Trust me. As a victim and as a survivor myself, I implore you, I'm telling you, preserve every evidence as best as possible. As best as possible. Because the process, the legal process, it's long. The legal process, I say, from experience, the legal process took at least, I would say, it took at least 24 months. Because you don't know, say everything, when it comes to legal stuff in the military, it's a long process. It just takes a while for you to see any type of justice for your situation. And statistics will tell you that most victims that come forward and make allegations of them being sexually harassed or sexually assaulted, 9 times out of 10, or I guess I'll give some leniency, 8 times out of 10, they don't get justice. Trust me, they don't get justice. And that's just the truth. Even in regular civilian world, outside of the military, when you come and you make allegations about sexual assault and sexual harassment, 8 times out of 10, you will not get justice. And is the military perfect? No, the military is not perfect. Is the military a very good starting place for young people to try and elevate and succeed in life? Very much so. I can attest to that. But at the same time, just like in the civilian world, you have issues in every job. You have issues in any corporation, such as the military, such as big companies like that's out there. You have issues. You're going to have employees that have issues with certain things. So the military is not perfect. The military is far from perfect. And is there a sexual assault problem within the military? 100%. 100%. Can the military be better? Yes. And over the years, I must say, the military has gotten a lot better. The military has been taking action. The military has been working for victims. The military has done so much for survivors and for victims over the years. So with that said, I don't want to lean in too much on this topic because I know it's Sexual Assault Awareness Month for April, especially in the military. I just wanted to come and remind everyone of the different programs that's out there for them. The Navy Fleet and Family Center is probably one of the best programs that are out there, separate from MWR, Morale, Welfare and Recreation. Separate from that, the Navy Fleet and Family Service, trust me, I don't see any other program that's more effective and better. Maybe someone will comment and tell me that I'm telling a lie or they don't share the same experience. But the Navy Fleet and Family Center is, especially if you're a victim or survivor, that program is there for you. So with that said, guys, yes, it's not a month that we want to be a part of. It's not a month that we want to recognize, but there are survivors out there. There are victims out there that we want to continue to help them to get better. And in order for us to help them to get better, we have to have programs such as this one, and we have to have certain things dedicated to survivors and victims to let them know that, hey, you are not alone. You are not going through this alone. We got you. We're here for you. Okay, guys? I am pulling up to my appointment, and I just want to come and say that we're going to be okay. Us survivors, us victims, we're going to continue to thrive. We're going to continue to live our lives. and we're going to continue to live our best lives. We're going to continue to be the best version of ourselves, regardless of what happened to us. No one is going to come and tell our story. We're going to tell our story ourselves. All right? So see you in the next video, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend about your girl Kim on my YouTube journey. Peace and love, guys. Bye, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.